All right, and we also have the word prepare. That's our first word power word for today. Prepare means to make food or a meal ready for eating. For example, we could say, Amy's dad is preparing dinner in the kitchen. Amy's dad is preparing dinner in the kitchen.
Prepare 准备，例句提到呢 ，Amy 的爸爸正在厨房当中呢准备晚餐。那这边是用一个现在进行式哦 ，is preparing。注意我们要把 prepare 的字尾 e 去掉，再加 ing。
So they're going to prepare it. They're not going to order something from a restaurant. They're going to make it themselves. And Peggy has a question. She asks, are we having hamburgers for lunch? That's what you ask. You ask, are we having something for breakfast or for lunch, for dinner, for supper? This is lunch. This is the middle of the day, so it's around noon. So she's just asking, what are they going to have? What are they going to eat?
Yes, are we going to have hamburgers for lunch? 我们中餐吃汉堡吗？ Yes or no?
David has the answer. He says yes, and we're going to make them ourselves. So they're going to do it all themselves. They're going to prepare it. They're going to make this meal themselves. They're going to be chefs for a day.
David 接着说啊，是的，而且我们要自己做汉堡。We're going to make them ourselves. 自己做。
Now Peggy says, how do you make the patty? Yes, the patty is the beef. It's the part in the middle between the slices of bread. It's kind of it can be a round shape, and it's just the meat that is pressed together. That's what a patty is.
我们要怎么做汉堡肉呢 ？Patty 就是汉堡肉的意思啦。
David has the answer. He says it's easy. So it's not hard. It's not difficult. You mix the minced beef, onions, and garlic together in a bowl. So these are the ingredients, the things that go into the patty. You have minced beef. It's just chopped up into really tiny little bits. Onions, of course, they have a really strong flavor, and garlic as well. Then put some salt and pepper on the meat. So that's what we call the seasoning. That's what goes onto it, like the spices, things that give it the flavor.
接下来呢 ，David 就说这很简单哦，你只要把绞肉、洋葱还有大蒜在碗里面混合在一起，然后放一些盐巴和胡椒在肉上就可以了。所以我们这边看到绞肉啦、洋葱啦、大蒜啦，都是所谓的 ingredients 材料。那么盐巴 salt 还有胡椒 pepper， 那就是所谓的香料了。
So that's the patty. You know, everybody kind of has their own patty recipe, different things that they'll put in there to have its own special flavor. So that's one of the main parts of the hamburger, of course. Peggy asks, what's next? What do we do next?
下一步呢，把肉搅在一起之后，然后呢
David, of course, he has the answer again. He says, here comes the fun part. Okay, I thought the patty was the fun part, getting all that ready. Oh, they're still doing the patty. He says, take some meat in your hands. Okay, they're going to use their hands, their bare hands to do this, and roll it into a ball. Okay, you're going to roll it. Just means you move it around in like a circle type motion, a circular motion, just like this. You roll it into a ball, like I guess like a baseball kind of shape, then press down on the ball to make it into a patty so it's nice and flat, just like that. So that does sound like fun. You get to get your hands dirty. If you like working with your hands, making patties is a lot of fun.
所以这边 David 就说了，好玩的部分来了 ，Here comes the fun part。拿一些肉到你的手里，然后把它滚成一颗球，接着呢把它 press down 压扁成一片汉堡肉。
Now, roll is our second power word for today. So let's learn a little bit more about roll. Roll means to make something into the shape of a tube or a ball. For example, we could say, the kids rolled the snow into a ball to make the snowman's body. The kids rolled the snow into a ball to make the snowman's body.
Roll 是滚搓的动作，例句提到呢，孩子们滚了一颗雪球来当做学员的身体。另外跟同学们补充哦，有一个句子呢非常好用 ，roll one's eyes， 这什么意思呢？照字面来看，你说哈，这是滚动一个人的眼睛。For example, we can say, "Don't roll your eyes at me"， 代表就是不要对我翻白眼。So don't roll your eyes at me, Joe.
Sorry, don't want to get in trouble.
另外 ，here comes 这个地方副词倒装句型 ，here 是一个地方副词，后面加动词再接主词。For example, here comes the bus.
All right, what's next? Well, Peggy, she's obviously having a good time making the patties, rolling them around, pressing them into that nice flat shape. She says this is so much fun.
This is so much fun. 这真好玩。
Now, David, he wants to get on with this, on to the next step. He says, while you do that, I'll put the hamburger buns, lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese on a plate. So these are some more ingredients that go with the burger. You have the buns, that's the bread, of course, that goes on either side of the patty. Lettuce, that's another vegetable, and tomatoes, and cheese. Of course, this is going to be a cheeseburger, and I'm going to put them on a plate.
David 接着说呢，当你在做肉饼的时候啊，我会把这个汉堡面包 （hamburger buns）、生菜 （lettuce）、番茄 （tomatoes） 还有起司 （cheese） 放在 plate 盘子上面。
And plate is our next word, power word for the day. A plate is a flat, round dish that you put food on. For example, we could say, after dinner, Mark washed his plate in the sink. After dinner, Mark washed his plate in the sink.
Plate 盘子，那在吃饭的时候呢，我们通常会用到 plate 盘子或者是 bowl 碗，那当然还有叉子 fork 刀子 knife 以及 spoon 汤匙。那例句刚刚提到呢，晚餐之后啊 ，Mark 在水槽里面把他的盘子洗起来。
Now, Peggy, I like the way Peggy thinks. She says, I want to put 2 patties in my hamburger. She's going to make it a double.
Double cheeseburger,
Yes.
maybe. OK. Peggy 接着说呢，我想要放2块汉堡肉在我的汉堡里面 ，2 patties。这边你看到 patty 去加 ies 变成一个复数喽。
David also likes the sound of that. He says, that sounds delicious. Let's cook the patties now.
接着 David 就说啦，哇，你那个点子听起来很美味哦。我们现在来煎汉堡肉吧。
David said, that's delicious, and delicious is our next word, power word. Delicious means that something is very pleasant to taste or smell. For example, the food in this restaurant is delicious, so let's eat here. One more time, the food in this restaurant is delicious, so let's eat here.
Delicious 美味的好吃的是一个形容词，用来形容你吃的东西。那当然我们也可以说 yummy 或者是 tasty， 这些都是形容东西美味的意思。那例句说到呢，这间餐厅的食物很美味，所以我们就在这里吃吧。
That's right. There are a lot of different ways to say that something tastes good, yummy, tasty, delicious. Yeah, the burgers they're making today, they do sound quite delicious, very, very good to eat. I'm sure they are going to be. I don't normally make burgers at home. Do you make burgers at home?
I don't either.
You don't?
I don't.
You're not a vegetarian, are you?
No, I'm not, but
Okay.
I don't make burgers by myself.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a
You just go to
vegetarian.
McDonald's and you can get burgers.
McDonald's? Oh, yeah, McDonald's
You don't like
is okay.
burgers in McDonald's, right?
I'm a snob. I'm a burger snob.
All right.
Okay, I like my nice gourmet, tasty burger. Well, we're almost out of time for today. Before we leave you, though, let's go to our wrap-up for today.